little red. All right, we're good.
Good? Are we good, Ash?
Yes.
Okay. Hello, guys, and welcome to the MMA Brothers podcast. It's Daryl.
It's Asher.
And we have two special guests today. We're growing. More people are coming on. We got Gabe. Gabe, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Fantastic. Good to have you on, brother. Coop, how you doing?
I'm doing good, guys. Good to be on.
Good. All right, guys, we're talking UFC 259, headlined by Blachowicz versus Adesanya. We're going to take you through the main card, and we're going to start off at the bottom of the main card with Asher breaking down the fights, and we'll give our opinions on them. So
yeah,
first fight of the night.
I think let's, before we actually do that, I don't know if you can see the prelims on the UFC website, because I want to talk about that Dominic Cruz fight, because they kind of disrespected him a little bit. I don't know if you can see it on here.
No, they didn't disrespect him. He talked about it in an interview. First of all, he's ranked number 11th. Second of all, he said, I don't get paid more for being on the main card. He still gets paid the same. And he said the prelims are going to be free to watch on ESPN, right? and all these other platforms. So there's going to be a lot more eyes on him in this fight than you would have been on the main card, he thinks, right?
Yeah, it's just a status thing, though. Like Dana White said before, like the higher up the card, it's definitely a status symbol. And
yeah, true.
Whether he said it or not, like it's kind of disrespectful. But I mean, this card is different, though. You've got 3 title fights.
Exactly. This card is
like so much
different.
room. Like, yeah.
Plus, Joey Benavidez is coming off of a title fight where he was like, I think it was a pay-per-view event too, and now he's on the bottom of the, not bottom of the prelims, but you know what I'm saying? Song Your Dong is above Joey Benavidez, dog. It's like, come on, bro. Nothing against Song Your Dong, but come on, bro.
Yeah, but no, I was listening to Dom talk about this. I'm interested to get you guys' opinions. I'm going to make mine super quick because there's 4 of us. But Dom was saying Casey Kenny is he's a very, very good martial artist. I think they're from the same town, so he said he wanted to give someone a chance, as well as working in himself in rhythm. He said that taking a lot of time, there's no such thing as ring rust for Dominic Cruz, but he said like getting the rhythm and timing and everything, little things like that. He wants to fight more often, more frequently. He's not sparring as much, I think, because he gets injured a lot when he does. I can't remember exactly what he said in the thing, but I got Dom here, man. His movement is crazy. That triple midget just caught him with a lucky knee, and it is what it is. But yeah, that's my opinion. What did you think, Coop?
I'll take Dom. He's seen him fight a couple times before, and it's maybe he's following that Max Holloway trend of sparring less. So I think that maybe that'll give him an advantage.
Gabe?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's hard to bet against Cruz. Like, the guy's a legend of the sport. He's a future. I think he's a future Hall of Famer. Helped put the bantamweight division in a better position to get more eyes on it. Now look at it now. Like, look how stacked the bantamweight divisions. I think it's my favorite division to watch because, like, 1 through 15, maybe not 1 through 15, but 1 through 10. Like, almost everyone on that list, everyone knows. I think across the UFC, right? Casey Kenny, though, man, like his record so far, like the guys he's beaten in the UFC is pretty impressive, but it's hard to bet against Dominic. Sorry.
Yeah, and Dom's the underdog. I'm like, all right, dude, that's some easy money. Shooting fish.
I might have to throw a nice $50 on Dominic Cruz on this one. So yeah, Dominic Cruz is the OG guy, OG movement guy. Everybody was like, look at the way this guy moves, look at the way he fights and stuff. So he's getting up there in age. What is he, 37 now or something around there? But I do think even with the hype Casey Kenny has, I think Dominic Cruz will be able to win this one. It's only a 3-round fight, so it should be good. Anyways, let's move on to the main card. So on the main card, the first fight that we got, like Daryl said earlier, is Thiago Santos versus Alexander Rakic. Now, for me, guys, I'm just gonna give you my thoughts on this one. Somebody's getting KO'd. It's either going to be Santos or Rakic, or somebody's going to sleep. So if we're going to look at the breakdown, the numbers, Santos is 21-8, Rakic is 13-2. Rakic is from Austria, obviously Santos from Brazil. Not same height. Rakic is a little bit taller, and Rakic has a 4-inch reach advantage. So for those that forgot, Thiago Santos actually used to fight at a 4-inch or 2-inch, 2-inch reach advantage. So for those that forgot, Thiago Santos used to fight at 185. I know he moved up to 205 and has been knocking dudes out. Seems like his power moved up with him. He like leveled up with his power when he came to the light heavyweight division. But let's just see how they both win in terms of KO percentage. So both of them extremely high with their KO percentage. And that KO of Jimmy Manuwa, I think both of them have knocked out Jimmy Manuwa, right?
Yeah.
That's how you crack into the top 10. You got to KO Jimmy.
Exactly. And Timber and Rakic sent Manuwa into retirement with that head kick. That was crazy, bro. But yeah, Rakic is a problem, bro. This guy has nice low kicks. He has nice hands. Like, he's good everywhere. Santos obviously is dangerous with his hands, but Rakic is way more diverse with his strikes, in my opinion. So I'm going to be picking Rakic to win this one. So, Coop, what do you think about this fight?
Yeah, I'm going with Rakic too. I think he's got, like you said, he's more well-rounded with his striking. We also saw him beat Anthony Smith on the ground. He's so well-rounded, man. I think he's also got the speed advantage here. To me, I think it's a stepping stone for him on his way up. That guy wants to be champ. So, that's my opinion. And I know, no disrespect, Santos. Like, this guy's, he's gone through some guys too, but yeah.
Yeah, no, Gabe, you can go. I'll go last.
Yeah, no, I got Santos. Kind of like I was talking to you guys before the show. Like before the Teixeira loss, obviously, like the loss to Jones, but like obviously like a very, like in a lot of people's eyes, a very questionable loss. Like a lot of people had Santos winning that fight. Yeah, Daryl, I see you make those reactions, but people did have him winning on the cards. People did have him winning. And then before that, like look at the guys he went through. Like I mean, Kevin Holland's a big star now. I mean, then again, he was at 185, but he went through Jack Hermanson, Kevin Holland, other big names too. And I think he's hungry, man. Like I think a lot of people they always say this business is like you're always one fight away from being forgotten. Like you lose one fight, and then people are like, oh, like who is this guy anymore, right? But yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure the Glover fight, like he was beating Glover pretty bad in the beginning, and then he got into some hot water later. But in the beginning, he was dominating. Like he almost like KO'd Glover like pretty quick in those first few minutes, and then it didn't go his way. But yeah, I like Thiago in this one.
Nice, good breakdown. I will say Glover usually gets pieced up for the first round or two, then he ends up winning. Yeah. I don't know why. Takes a couple shots for that nigga to wake up, bro.
You gotta punch Glover in the face a little bit for him to like get started. And then he's like, "Oh damn, I'm in a fight."
Yeah, no, but I'll keep mine quick again. I'm so torn. I just think that Rakic is a problem. He's up and coming. Thiago, the Jones one, just because John wasn't super dominant, people think that the other guy won because of your expectations for John, right? That's how I think that people thought that Thiago won, as well as the judging in the UFC is quite atrocious, right? So those things need to be taken into consideration. I just think that this fight is going to be first or second round TKO. I'm going to go with Alexander Rakic. He's just going to open up blasting Thiago with body kicks. Is just going to be, and Rakic is a very kick-heavy attack, which is going to keep Thiago at distance, right? But body kicks, teep kicks. Thiago is a black belt on the ground, but Rakic's top control is disgusting. Because I think Anthony Smith is also a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and he got absolutely.
He is, and he got controlled. And also that Rakic low kick too. Like this guy's been kicking calves, and he kicks calves in every fight. Like some guys, you'll see it's almost like they take a fight off from doing that, even if they had success with it. This guy, it's been every fight for at least his last 4 fights. So look for that. He's gonna try to immobilize him quick.
Exactly, because once that lead leg is compromised, as you guys know from the fights last week, when that lead leg is garbage, you can't even walk on it. Yeah, you gotta love the calf kick. Sorry?
I said a balloon.
Yeah.
This leg would be a balloon. His calf is a balloon.
Holy shit.
You can
I missed the segue for that one because I do have the clip of my foot as a balloon, but I'm not gonna play it anymore. But anyways, we're gonna move on to the Islam Makhachev versus Drew Dober fight. So Islam, it's been a while. I don't know how long this guy's been out for, but I know it's been at least a year, right? I can't remember the last time he fought. But anyways, he's a problem. His UFC, not UFC, his MMA records 18-1, and Drew Dober is 23-9. So the Russian versus the American, Islam's 2 inches taller, and then the reach advantage is only half an inch for Islam. So if we go and see how the fighters win the fights, obviously, if he's from Russia, you know that he's got wrestling in his back pocket. Drew Dober is a guy that has some phenomenal stand-up. Who is it that he messed up in the feet on the feet? Was it Alexander Hernandez? Yeah.
That was a great fight.
That was a great fight. I knew Drew Dober was good, but I didn't know he was that good because Hernandez is, he's not a world beater, but he's a pretty solid fighter, right? So Islam Makhachev, everybody's hyped on this guy. They say he's not the next Khabib, but kind of close, right? In terms of his skill set. So it's just like, is Drew Dober gonna have his wrestling gear on when he comes into this fight? Because I haven't seen him wrestle too much. He seems to be a stand and bang kind of guy. So if he's gonna be able to keep it on the feet against Islam, then I give him a chance of winning. But this one, I think it'll be Islam Makhachev all day. It's just going from the first round, I'm gonna try and wrestle him, not keep him on the feet too long, and then it's just gonna be 3 rounds of the same. So I'm picking Islam to win this one. What about you, Daryl?
I'm gonna pick. The safe bet is Islam, but Drew Dober's a sleeper, bro. No one's giving him a chance in this fight, right? Everyone thinks he's just gonna get taken down, but Drew Dober's left hand is a cannon, bro. You walk into that left hand, end up like Curtis Blades, bro. That's.
I don't know about that. I don't think Drew Dober is knocking dudes out like Derek Lewis.
Yeah, ask Alex.
A little bit more
Alex
of a volume puncher.
Yeah, exactly.
Derek Lewis.
It's totally not the same.
All I'm saying is both niggas ended up in the hospital. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think Derek Lewis knows what a combination is.
Yeah, but I'm gonna take the sleeper in this one. I'm gonna take Drew by first round TKO. I just think Islam's gonna run into a knee or something. They're game planning for wrestling. Yes, I know that almost every fighter who's facing a wrestler game plans for it, but like, I really feel that this is going to be Drew's coming out party, and he's going to make an impact. Don't bet on Drew. If you're listening, don't. The last thing I need is niggas mad at me. Don't bet on him. I will, and I'll take the L, and I'll go home. But, yeah, I'm picking Drew. Who do you got, Gabe?
Yeah, I got Islam. I mean, if he's anything like his, I don't know.
Compatriot?
Yeah,
Compatriot?
If he's anything like Khabib, he's gonna dominate him. He's gonna take him to the ground. It's just gonna be ground and pound like all day. I think this is gonna be a good test for Makhachev because no jab at his record. I mean, he's 18-1, but like some of the guys I'm looking on there, I'm like, not that if they're not too well known, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but at the same time, it's like if you really want to solidify yourself, especially like in the top 15 at lightweight, you got to go through guys like Dober first and then slowly work your way up. So I think if he beats Dober, it might cement his legitimacy a little bit more. And if it's dominant too, then it's really going to show. Because at one point, weren't they saying, who were they going to line up Makhachev up with one point?
They were Kevin Lee? Was it Kevin Lee?
Yeah, it was
Kevin Lee was asking for him.
So I could see that happening, but I think he's got to beat a couple more guys first. But then again, these Dagestan guys are born different. So, who knows?
Yeah, he was wrestling in his womb. Like, this nigga, Russians is different, bro. But yeah, Coop, who you got?
Wrestling the umbilical cord.
Yeah. I'm going with Islam, man. I know, like you said, Asher, he's not the next Khabib, but Dana White wants him to be. And so they're giving him Drew Dober, and it's a guy he's been around for a while now, and he's got a little bit more name recognition. And I see Islam taking this for sure. Another well-rounded fighter. You definitely know he can wrestle. We've seen him strike a little bit. This is gonna be a good fight. This is my fight, my pick for the sleeper fight of the night, possible fight of the night, because Drew Dober's been in some wars. It's gonna be a good one.
Yep, and his jaw could cut glass. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, this guy's got.
But yeah,
But I
we'll move
agree
on.
with you, Gabe. I agree with you that Islam hasn't fought, the caliber of names for the amount of hype that he has. So, and last time we fought was September 2019, by the way. But yeah, let's move on. We got our first title fight of the night: Peter Yan versus Aljamain Sterling, Mr. No Mercy versus the Funk Master. So Peter Yan only has 1 L in his record, 15-1. Aljamain Sterling 19-3. We got the American versus the Russian, same height. Reach advantage is going to be in Aljamain's side with the 71 versus 67-inch reach. So how do these fighters win? Obviously, we know that Aljamain Sterling is going to want to take it to the ground. He's got some good submission skills. His last win was against Corey Sandhagen, where he beat him in 30, 40 seconds for something pretty quick. It was something insane. Less than a minute, I think.
It was like you with the shorty. Let's go.
Hey, as long as I'm I'm not gonna go there.
I'm just joking. Yeah,
yeah. And Peter Yan obviously is the way he messed up Jose Aldo. I don't know what the ref was on. I don't know what he was smoking, but I was like, fam, Jose Aldo ate 40 unanswered shots. I think it may have even been more than 40 on the ground. And he's like, keep moving. I'm like, what do you want him to do, bro? This guy's bleeding all over the canvas, bro. His
nigga's leaking on the canvas, bro. End the fight, bro.
The commentator's like, what does he want? What intelligent defense is he looking for? Aldo is just eating punches. Yeah. I'm like, dude. I remember I was with you guys when we were watching that fight. I'm pretty sure I was screaming my head off. I'm like, what is this ref watching? It was literally 2.5 minutes of straight beating on the ground. I was just this is insane.
Almost sometimes refs fall into being a fan. They don't want to see a legend like that lose almost. They're going to give him a little bit more of a leash in there.
I guarantee the ref had a mortgage on Aldo winning that fight. He's like, he's like, no.
Nah, you got to get Keith Peterson in there, but nigga ends it. Sees one flying knee.
No nonsense. But yeah, so we got Yan and Sterling. So in this one, honestly, it's are you going to pick the wrestling of Sterling or are you going to pick the kickboxing of Yan? I know Aljamain has the reach advantage and he does have a nice jab, so people are sleeping on his stand-up skills. But Aljamain has made no secret that he's planning to wrestle Yan because Yan's a beast on the feet. So I do think Yan's takedowns are going to be really good. I'm sure he's been working on that all training camp. I don't think Sterling will be able to take him down as easily. But I want to say Yan, bro. I just think that this guy is a problem. And I do think that Aljamain will struggle implementing his game plan. And then I can see even a finish in the 3rd or 4th round, just Yan beating the shit out of Sterling. Yo, this guy is a fucking problem, bro. So I'm picking Yan, even though I want Sterling to win. I got Yan. So we go with Gabe. Gabe, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with my Muay Thai guy here. This dude trained at Tiger Muay Thai in Thailand. Man, he's an assassin. This dude's strikes are unparalleled at bantamweight. I mean, there's other guys that can trade with him, but the way he's pieced up guys in the Aldo fight. I mean, the Uriah Faber, people say Faber's washed, but I mean the way he pieced them, it was bad, right? Aljo though, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he upsets. Not gonna lie, he's proven that he's title worthy, title contender worthy. But Peter Yan, man, this guy's a different breed. He's a man. He is. I'm just saying, he's his Muay Thai is his Muay Thai is Khabib wrestling level.
I'm not laughing because I'm disagreeing. I'm laughing because what you're saying is straight facts. Just so you're aware.
Oh, no, I don't. It's all right. But yeah, I got Yan. I don't know. I just think he's going to be too much in the stand up. So,
all right, Coop.
Yeah, I was a little surprised to see. I looked at the betting odds for this one. Surprising, they're not giving Yan any respect. They're even. When I checked it was even odds, and that's making me think I should pick Sterling here because obviously they're seeing something that the rest of us aren't seeing. I'd say most people would pick Yan for this, but I don't know. Sterling can be quick. He's got those long limbs and he gets on you fast. And yeah, the submission's never far away. But then on the other hand, the TKO is never far away with Yan. It's gonna be a great fight.
I was about to say,
yeah, the thing about Muay Thai too, I don't see Muay Thai doesn't do the best in UFC just because it's more of especially when it comes to working with a wrestler, because you're off on that back leg. I think he's going to get taken down by Sterling. I think Sterling's going to be able to get him. But The other thing you got to think about is Jan does have that Russian background. It's not just that he's been working on wrestling for this camp. Like, this guy's definitely been working on it his whole life. He's going to be technical, and he's, it's not going to be an easy task.
Yeah, I know. I agree with a lot of things that you said, and I just think watching Aljo get KO'd by Magic Marlin, the Mr. Clean, the way he knocked out Aljo was brutal, man. And that's just the recipe to beat him. Like, the way you meet wrestling is with knees and with uppercuts. And Peter throws both, and he usually ends his combinations off of clinches with high kicks. I don't know if you guys remember the Uriah Faber fight. Yeah. But every single time they exited the clinch, Jan would throw a high kick because it's like you don't expect it coming, right? It's the last thing you expect. So, and that's what KO'd Uriah. So, I don't want to see Aljo get KO'd, but he's getting KO'd. Like, I'm just letting you guys know. And we'll remember this conversation. If he wins, good on him. Niggas the GOAT, whatever people want to give the nigga. But I'm just saying, Jan's striking. I remember, I forget who his debut was against in the UFC, but he beat the shit out of that guy. Like, really bad. And I was like, yo, this guy's the future.
Aljo's so long, though. Like, if he can use his jab and some kicks and keep him at bay. Yeah, but he's long. What's his reach?
Yeah, but he has a 4-inch reach advantage, right?
Yeah, man. If you can
listen. Peter is gonna move forward, chop that lead leg of Aljo the whole time, and he's just gonna motor him down. I just think Aljo's gonna panic wrestle and go into a knee after he gets hurt on the feet. That's just how I think it's gonna end up. But we can move on to Amanda versus.
This is number one bullshit.
Hey man, I'm not afraid to pick the sleepers. This one I'm going fucking Megan.
Oh yeah, what about this one? Yeah,
they're just picking the dogs, bro. Like, yeah, dog.
Dogs, no other dogs, brother. It's all shit.
Megan Anderson is gonna knock out Nunes, bro. Flying knee.
Just not a chance.
So yeah, Asher, you go ahead.
We got Amanda Nunes, the Lioness, versus Megan Anderson. Guys, I don't even want to go too deep into this one. We all know Nunes is gonna get the bag. Just scroll up. Let's see the stats. Let's see the this one. I'm not disrespectful, bro. Amanda Nunes. Actually, wait. Anderson does have a higher KO percentage, but it doesn't matter.
But
the Iron Lady.
Hey, who knows?
Iron
Maybe,
what do you mean she's a higher?
Maybe Amanda's baby keeps her up.
Oh, sorry, it's small on my screen. I thought it said 45%, 65. Sorry, 65 versus 55. My bad. But anyways, regardless, it's higher than I expected. Megan Anderson's KO percentage, which is impressive.
It's a problem.
She's not a problem.
Slow, though, man. She's slow.
Exactly. She's not a problem like the Iron Lady is. Jermaine Durand, they're not on the same level of kickboxing ability. So I don't think Nunes, and also Jones, if you're talking about power, Cyborg, Megan Anderson, come on, let's not play games here. Like, there's levels to this, right?
Megan doesn't get into firefights, but anyways, I'll let you finish. I'm sorry.
Whatever point of view you have about Megan Anderson doesn't matter against Nunes. You know what I'm saying? Nunes is. I'm gonna say Nunes is gonna put Megan to sleep in the first round. That's why I'm just gonna say that. Putting Megan Anderson to sleep in the first round. I don't think it's gonna go into the second round. I think Nunes is gonna try and make a statement saying like, "Yo, I'm done." And this is at 145, right? At 145, she packs even more of a punch than she does at 135. So it's gonna be a problem, bro. Nunes is a beast. So
Megan's big and strong though. Like I gotta imagine she cuts quite a bit of weight to make this. Like she looks big.
Yeah, cool. Let Asher finish so we can ridicule him.
I'm done. Cooper, go ahead. I'm done.
No, that's all I wanted to say. I just she's big. I think as far as Nunes trying to build that legacy, it's a good fight for her. Like, she's trying to take the hardest fights. Someone's got to. Where does she go for this? I don't know. She's tearing 2 divisions down like it's nothing.
Yeah,
Daryl, you got in the fight.
Nunes.
All right. We'll save the best for last with Gabe, but listen, guys, I understand Amanda's not had any stiff competition in the ring anytime soon. I just gotta go with the dog, man. It's just you gotta go with I just think that Amanda's gonna take her down. Megan's long and lanky, right? Mm-hmm. Then she's decent on the ground. And on the feet, she's got a chin, and she loves to stand and bang. You can ridicule her power, Asher. She's 6 feet tall. Amanda's 5'8", right? What's the reach here? 3 inches reach is not that big, but like I'm telling you, the size wise, Megan's a lot bigger than Amanda. It's not like Cyborg where they're like similar stature. And she's cutting down
too.
Yeah, and she's got good kicks. I think Amanda's going to be overconfident like she was with like Ronda and these other women, and she might walk onto a shot by Megan, stun her, and then get hurt and then get finished. You never know, right? 99% of the time, Amanda's going to whoop Megan's ass. I'm thinking that this is the 1%.
Didn't Holly Holm beat Megan Anderson? I'm pretty sure Holly beat her, right?
And Felicia.
Yeah, and that was Anderson's debut.
Felicia Spencer beat Megan Anderson too?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, she had a rough start in the UFC, but she got on a roll.
You get better. 4 people have beaten Amanda too. Who knows? Megan might go 9-fight winning streak, become women's GOAT. You never know. But once again, if you're betting, you go with Amanda. If you want to be,
for the number of dogs Daryl bets on, there's no money where that mouth is.
Oh, never! I'm never actually partying with my friend.
If I was gonna throw a bet down, I'd throw it on Megan. Because it's not getting any money betting on Nunes.
Exactly. Gabe, what do you think? How do you think this is going down?
Yeah, I don't know. I got Nunes. I think, see, the thing with Megan, like Coop made a good point earlier, like with her cutting, because in the Embedded series, they were talking about, Megan's coach is talking about how she cuts. And naturally, she should be fighting at like 155. Like in the PFL, this Kayla Harrison, she's like an up-and-comer in the PFL. And she trains with Megan, and she apparently she's on the brink of getting into the UFC. But the issue is like she has to cut so much. Same thing with Megan, because like how many like female fighters are at 6 foot, right? So you think about males that are 6 foot and having to cut down to 145. Like those guys are like lanky, and that's a lot of weight you got to cut, right?
Yeah, like Matt Holloway.
Yeah, all right. So I think I got Nunes, but I think like Megan, like if there was like say there was a pool of like say. Like a female lightweight division, I think she'd be a real threat because that's more her natural weight. Like 145 is already like a big cut for her, like her coach was saying. But man, it's Amanda Nunes. Like I
mean, if they created a 55, Amanda'd move up, take that belt too. But
I just think it'd be, who knows, man? They have no one. Like after, like they're saying after this fight, Amanda's probably not going to fight at 145 for like a while because like who are you going to fight, right? I mean, she has to beat Megan, obviously, right? But I don't know. I've watched Megan fight, and like she looks slow to me. Like she has the reach, but she looks slow when she throws combos, and like. I don't know. I think Amanda's. I could see it going the distance though.
Does she not look powerful with her kicks though? Like I think her kicks just look like.
I think so.
Like, you know, they look like they chop trees with those. Like
it's true. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I feel like I'm developing hiccups. My bad. Anyways, all right. Let me not introduce. Daryl, take over. I got hiccups.
Struggling, bro. Yeah, so we got Jan Blachowicz versus Israel Adesanya. I don't want to say all his names. We'll be here for another 5 minutes, but the Polish Hammer versus the Nigerian Stylebender. Jan is 27-8.
The Nigerian Stylebender.
I mean, he's the last Stylebender, and he's Nigerian. Whatever. Anyway, Izzy is the middleweight champ versus the light heavyweight champ in Jan 205. Versus 185. Izzy has a 2-inch reach. How do these fighters get it done? Izzy has no submission victories, 75% KO and 25% decision. With Jan, 30%, which sounds really low, but 33% sub, 37% decision. Jan has the shorter average fight time, which I don't understand how that makes sense, but you know, to each their own. Unless Izzy's getting late. 3rd round and 5th round knockouts.
I think Jan's only had the one title fight, right? Because he's been going 5 rounds for like 4 or 5 fights now.
Very true. Very true. How do I envision this fight going, guys? I think that Izzy's going to open up with kicks, but he's going to stay at range, unlike Corey Anderson, who just hit a sack of potatoes when he went in for a leg kick there. But Izzy's distance management and controlling the pace of the fight, whoever controls the pace of it, should I say, is going to be the victor. Izzy likes counter-striking, so does Jan. But Jan knows if it's point fighting, he's going to lose, right? If Izzy stays on the outside, keeps on popping him, Jan can't fight that way, right? How does Jan fight? Power strikes, blast, switch kick to the solar plexus. Ask Dominic Reyes, right? That's how Jan fights. Whenever he comes in close, all Jan throws is hooks. All he throws is hooks coming in close. Izzy almost never gets into that range. The only time he did was with Robert Whittaker, and because Whittaker would jump in and throw combos. But when he was doing that, Izzy's really, really good at slipping punches and returning fire. And he's not going to cut any weight, so his punches are going to pack a little bit more power, but he's never been a power puncher. It's precision. So the safe bet here, I think, is with Jan, but I think Izzy's going to get it done. Because Izzy is a smaller frame. What does that mean? More movement. Jan's a bigger frame. He's going to get gassed, especially if he's chasing Izzy the whole time. So I could see Jan trying to wrestle him to get him down if the stand-up's not working, which I don't see it working against Izzy. But, yeah, I got Israel. Who do you got, Coop?
Man, I got Izzy. Like, the other thing I think about, too, is, like, so any of you guys have any answer as to how you'd train differently for Jan than Paulo Costa? It's the same fight.
Wrestle more.
Wrestle more? Okay.
Yeah,
I don't think Jan's going to want to wrestle here either.
He's not going to.
And Izzy, what's Izzy like? He's been taken down maybe once or twice. Izzy's got great takedown defense for a guy that came over from kickboxing. I've got Izzy here, man. Like, he doesn't have to cut any weight. He's going to be so fresh. Like I said, he's basically been training for this same fight for 2 camps. He's man, he's the best striker in the game right now for sure. So how can you bet against that? If Jan wins, it's going to be a first-round KO with that Polish power, but I don't see it happening. I think Izzy's going to be careful. He's building a legacy. You know, he's not going to take chances. He's going to keep it at range, and he's only going to take that chance when he has to. So
that Polish KO power. Let's go, yeah.
that pierogi sausage, bro. Different level of power in that country. But yeah, So you got Izzy, Coop?
I got Izzy, yeah.
Who you got, Gabe?
Yeah, I got Izzy too, man. It's hard to bet against him. Like, the way he's just been tearing up 185. Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point that you guys have made. Like, even though, because I think yesterday on an Embedded they were saying he's going to be fighting at around like 195 or something like that. Like, he's not even going to be fighting like around 205. But like, it doesn't really make a difference. Like, he's like, I think I commented on your guys' Instagram and I said, like, he's beaten guys at light heavyweight. He's beaten guys at heavyweight. I mean, it was K1 and it was Muay Thai, but I mean, it's still a fight. And to be honest, it's not going to go. I doubt it's going to go to the ground. Like, I don't think Izzy's going to let Jan get in that range to let it go to the ground. And yeah, Izzy's going to piece him from distance. Like you said, like Daryl said, like, Jan likes to throw those hooks, but I mean, hooks are only effective if you're right in range, right? If Izzy's always bouncing out and, you know, being crafty like he is, it's going to be really hard to land those hooks. So I think Izzy's going to piece him. I could see it going longer. I could see it possibly going the distance, but I think Izzy's going to win. Yeah.
I can see that too. Yeah, with 2 counter strikers.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 counter strikers both have like a lot to lose in this fight. Like, you know, Jan's obviously trying to defend the belt. He has his undefeated streak that he's trying to continue and stuff. So definitely Adesanya is not going to take a lot of chances. It might be like Romero Adesanya, where they're both kind of like waiting. Like, you throw. You know? That would be brutal.
I don't think Jan is. I don't think Jan's like that. I think Jan's the kind of guy. If it's a standoff, Jan will say fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think Jan Blachowicz would fight like that. But in terms of who I'm picking Izzy too. And then if there's ever a dog you should bet on, it's actually Jan Blachowicz, because this guy has been the underdog for how many straight fights? He's the underdog against Luke Rockhold, underdog against, who did he fight after that? I know he fought Corey Anderson against, I think, Jacare, and then Corey Anderson, and then he was underdog against Reyes, and now the underdog. I'm like, yo, how many times are people gonna pick Jan Blachowicz as the dog, and then he's gonna knock dudes out? He's gonna knock out Izzy, and then he's gonna call out John Jones. I'm just joking. That's not gonna happen.
And the last time a middleweight faced Jan, he went to sleep.
Yeah, Jan's just been putting people to sleep, fam. So,
but also, Jan also got put to sleep by middleweight and Thiago Santos. So
that's his only L in his last 8 fights.
Hasn't lost since moving up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Yeah, in this fight, I want to say I'm gonna go with Adesanya, but it's scary, bro. Like you guys are right. Like Daryl said, the hooks. Like if he's throwing those hooks, then obviously he has to be careful. But then again, how did he knock out Robert Whitaker? The same thing. He came in, easily leaned back, threw a hook for himself, dropped him. Same thing the second round. Leaned in, boom, threw another hook, dropped him. So if Jan tries to do that, then he might be going to sleep too. But I wouldn't be surprised if it goes 5 rounds. But I'm picking Adesanya as well. So, guys, thank you for joining the preview. We'll obviously do a post-fight as well. I'm excited for this card. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be watching from the beginning of the prelims all the way to the end because I don't want to miss those beginning fights. And it's going to be hype. I would love to do like a live stream where like we're all watching the fights at the same time. The problem with that is that, you know, one person's lagging, one person's watching on TV, someone's maybe not paying for pay-per-view, you know what I'm saying? And it gets a little dicey. I'm not saying any names, you know what I'm saying?
Who legally streams MMA?
I don't know. Dana.
I pay for Fight Pass. I don't pay-per-view.
Yeah, no,
pay-per-view. I pay per month.
Yeah,
pay per month.
Exactly. No, but thanks guys for coming on. It's been a pleasure as always. We'd love to get you on the post fight, but we do it really early on Sunday. If you guys are game, you guys are game, right? So let us know if you guys want to hop on. We just wanted to thank you. Gabe, how can they get a hold of you on your socials?
Twitter, Instagram, it's the Pat Dog. So just type in that and you'll find my page.
Dope. Cooper, is there anything you're plugging?
Nope.
Your girl went to Harvard. That's
my
the only
girl
thing
got
he's
into
plugging.
Harvard today. So yeah, congrats to Renee.
Shout out to Cooper's girl.
Exactly. Enjoy those cheeks, brother. Take it easy.
I will. Thanks, boys. Thanks for having me.
No worries.
Yeah, no
Take it
worries.
easy.